What is going on, everybody?
Hello.
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to the Grace Journey Chronicles.
My
We're going
weird
back into the
intro
escapades.
Stopped at the exact same time as the music.
It did. That was wonderful.
I didn't do that on purpose. Oh,
So
anyway.
it's time for more Great Ace Attorney filler episode equivalents, pretty
Yes.
much. We did episode 1 and 2 last time, so this episode we're going to do 3 and 4. So we'll start out with episode 3 at the British Supreme Court. This escapade takes place as Ryunosuke and Susuto visit Lord Strongheart to report on the outcome of Mr. Natsume's trial. They find a flustered Inspector Gregson attempting to solve a very taxing problem before his time runs out.
Gregson!
It'll be nice to see you again, Gregson.
For real. Yeah, we get to see, like, stuff that just got, you know, cut to black, per se, and time skipped. We get to see these behind-the-scenes things. It really is like a visual novel.
It truly is at this point.
It's great.
Here we are again.
Every time we visit here, the atmosphere in this place just seems to get more and more overbearing.
Just think, we could be at home with Mr. Holmes and Iris having a nice, cozy breakfast.
Don't remind me. We have a duty to report the outcome of the case, especially since we're guests here in Britain. So I'm afraid this visit couldn't have been avoided.
I suppose not. But is there even anyone
Like,
here?
if it could have been avoided, don't you think I would be at home where Sherlock is right now, Ryu?
You can hear a pin drop in this place. It's too solemn for its own good.
It is very quiet, isn't it? The only sound is the ticking of the great clock as it keeps perfect time.
Gotta prepare myself for...
And the coughing of a ghost in the corner.
Gotta prepare myself for the footsteps of a giant...
Yeah, look, there's the footsteps. The
yeah.
pitter-patter. What was that, I wonder? The unusual, the usual comforting sound of the clock seems to have been joined by a less comforting shuffling sound today.
Okay. Stippy steppy?
No, that's yeah, it's more of a.
You're right. Something disturbing the rhythmical ticking. Sounds rather like an unfit, middle-aged man running from pillar to post. Clumsily.
Oh,
You call that?
Gregson!
Oh, Inspector
You just
Gregson.
hear these steps and you just hear.
Yeah. Inspector Gregson, what are you doing here? What am I? It's obvious.
Oh, hi.
58 seconds remaining, Inspector.
Sunshine? Good morning, Lord Strongheart.
Wow, he's really looking fiercely at his pocket watch today.
Hatred.
And good morning to you. Business so early in the day. Can I just say that I am so proud of like my earliest and longest call probably in all of our Let's Plays. The moment I saw him, I was like, you're evil as fuck, dog. I ended up being one of like potentially the most evil characters in Ace Attorney history, I would say. With the way he did everything, like so conniving and getting away with it for 10 years. I mean, there are other kinds of mysteries.
He's right up there with Dahlia.
Yeah, I'd put him above Dahlia. I'm trying to think of other massive criminals. I'm trying to think of the situation from Ace Attorney Investigations with Miles Edgeworth. That big bad stuff, because that played out for a long time.
What if we did a Ace Attorney antagonist tier list?
We already have somebody to do, and now you've reinvigorated those comments. Now
I know, but I mean they're fun.
I know, just takes setting up to do and then time to do and all that stuff. But all right, anyways.
Maybe sometime.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's about the other day.
We are to deliver a report, Lord Strongheart, as our dealings with Mr. Natsume are now over.
Yes, the little Japanese man. I've already cast my eyes over Van Zeeks' report.
I
must say the outcome surprised me. I thank you for a job well done.
You are too kind, my lord. That's a lie.
It's not there. It's not there. It's not there either.
He's searching through the library for something.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but what exactly is the inspector doing? He's been hurrying around between the bookshelves looking beside himself with worry. He's looking for a particular work, The Lion's Pride. Now there's an all too familiar title. I'd have heard it was a popular tale, so I obtained a copy from the rental library. However, I wasn't able to maintain my interest, so I soon cast it aside. I happened to notice a vacant spot in one of my shelves at the time, so I duly stowed the book there. Unfortunately, I no longer remember where that was.
No, not there. Not there either. Come on, where are you lions hiding?
Is he trying to find it before it becomes overdue?
The book is due back today, so I've asked Gregson to locate it for me with his investigative prowess.
Oh my god.
Inside 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. I must say, I've never seen anyone working so hard to find something. He's like a man possessed.
Yes, that's because this month's salary is staked upon the outcome.
Oh my god! Evil!
Oh man, investigators have it hard in life, man.
Oh my
Who's
god!
instigation? Let me guess, this stony-faced lord.
Even Edgeworth wouldn't do that to Gumshoe. He'd give him at least 10 minutes.
And the 5-minute time limit? What's the significance of that? There is none. Just my vulgar, mischievous spirit showing itself, I'm afraid.
Wow, you're self-aware? Oh, by your own admission.
I can't. My feet are killing me.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, Inspector.
Oh
my
I'm
god.
getting my fish and chips now. I can't do this.
Which means the next month you will work unpaid and have no days off.
Wow.
No days off. And I go to the store for my fish and chips. It's all I wanted tonight. I couldn't do this to me, Lord Dogheart.
Where'd everyone go? There really are just so many books here. It's overwhelming. For some, perhaps, purchased every book, new or old, on the subject of law from all over the globe.
Wouldn't have believed it a few Sundays ago. A place like this could have existed.
What do you mean, Inspector?
When I was a lad, no one ever dreamed of buying books.
Oh, I see. Western books are such luxury items, I suppose, with their leather covers and fancy bindings.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
That was a tax on paper, see?
On paper?
Yeah, I mean, it was abolished about 30 years back now, but it used to be the case. There was a tax levied on any kind of paper. So obviously that meant most folk couldn't afford to buy any books at all.
Dang. Ah, so is that why places like the rental library you mentioned before came into existence, Lord Strongheart?
Indeed. Vestiges of the paper tax system, you could say. The general public considered books as items for hire. London is home to a vast lending library of some 3.5 million books.
Wow. You couldn't hope to read all of that even if you were reincarnated 10,000 times!
Even I would choose to rent a book rather than purchase it if I knew I would read it infrequently. Subject of tax has actually surprised us already in the last few days. Given Mr. Natsume's trial. Seems that the window in his room was filled in due to some kind of window tax. That would be true. Fortunately, the window tax was abolished here some 40 years ago. Sadly, in the East End in particular, many windowless houses remain.
Yeah.
Birds always had a bit of a thing for tax and stuff. Whatever they can tax, they tax. Sugar, salt, tea, coffee, you name it. Candles, beards.
Beards?
Wait, sorry? What was that last one? Did you say beards? You said bears, right? Taxing pet bears?
Yep, the beard tax. Never heard of it?
Never. Why should people have to pay money just because they let their facial hair grow?
You may well ask, I suppose because it makes them look self-important.
Oh, our doesn't have a strict family policy of no facial hair, I think. Unless they turn into a hobo.
Then they're allowed 5 o'clock shadow and that's it.
You can relax. The beard tax was confined to the annals of history long ago. Even so, it's clearly something the British really love. Paying taxes, I mean.
Paying them? You've got that back to front, sunshine.
Sunshine!
But you can't deny you've had a lot of funny taxes over the years. You never find anything like that in Japan. Would you, Miss Susanoo?
In actual fact, I'm afraid to say that you would, Mr. Naruhodo.
What? No. You don't mean... There's never been a window tax in Japan.
No, but there have been similarly obscure taxes. For example, in the Edo period, there was a frontage tax.
What was that?
It was a tax not on windows, but on the entrance to properties. The larger a property's entrance was, the greater the tax that was levied on it.
I am gonna own a cat door to get into my house, please.
Even today, some mansions survive with extremely narrow entrances due to that old form of taxation.
I had no idea.
So Japanese are stresses of Brits.
But we never had a beard tax. I mean, that's really going a step too far.
Well, no, that's true. I'm not aware of any taxes for beards, at least.
What do you mean, at least?
Well, rather than tax them, the shogunate did once prohibit them outright.
The ruling class prohibited beards?
It was called the Great Beard Prohibition. It was an Edo period edict.
Why do the powers that be want to ban beards?
Because it makes people look self-important? That's an idea.
It would seem that rulers in the East and the West have had very similar ideas over the years. There's gotta be some more. Let me see. There have been other unusual taxes in our history.
Oh, God.
Even in our current Meiji period.
Oh, God. There have.
For example, though it was before either of us were born, there was a rabbit tax.
There was a tax on those adorable fluffy creatures, like the ones who make mochi sweets at the moon?
Sure. And it was extremely large tax, too. The government demanded extraordinary sums of money.
This just gets stranger and stranger. What was the reason for that bizarre tax, then?
Well, after Japan opened its doors to the world, there was an unprecedented rabbit boom in the Meiji capital.
A boom?
It's kind of what they do. Yes, keeping rabbits became hugely popular, and new species were traded at exorbitant prices. People even swindled out of all their money for exotically colored rabbits.
Like colored chicks, I suppose?
Hard to imagine, though. That was just so timid and quiet. Would have thought one could bankrupt you.
So in response to this worrying social vogue, the government imposed a rabbit tax.
I suppose they couldn't just ignore the problem.
And it worked because the rabbit boom came to an abrupt end. 6 years later, the tax was abolished.
Well, I hate to say it about my own country, but Japan is strange.
But there's more. After the rabbit tax was abolished, then, of course, society reacted by launching straight into a second rabbit boom.
Oh dear, the government didn't think that one through, did they?
This is a nice little history class we're having here.
Your ideas about the world are very much altered by the position you hold in society. If you're responsible for the running of the country, you will feel the need to raise revenue keenly. Without a stable taxation system, the whole country would go down the drain.
Well, yes, I suppose so, but some of these taxes...
That's precisely why ministers of state use their wiles to invent new and novel ways of taxing the public.
Novel ways? Like books? Novels? Hey, it's come full circle.
Oh my god.
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, if you're one of my country's statesmen...
Me? A British statesman?
Hypothetically, yes. What novel tax would you impose? Pray, give us something truly original. Inside 5 seconds.
What?
Think of something that everyone uses, Mr. Naruhodo, and really squeeze every penny out of the population.
That's quite the intense stare. Very good, this is in charge.
Your time is up. So what's your answer?
Well... air, maybe.
Oh my
yes.
god.
How about air?
Huh. An air tax, you say?
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. A truly novel and fiendish idea.
Well, everyone has to breathe. So while the population is inhaling air, my government is inhaling money.
Blimey, you're tearing it hot, eh? I think you can rip me a strong heart. A somewhat radical solution to a country's revenue problems, but sadly not an original one.
No, you mean to say...
What? Surely not. You mean a tax on air has been imposed in the past?
It was last century. The finance minister of our neighbor France had proposed it.
What? Even if I go for a visit, I'm holding my breath.
Unsurprisingly, it was strongly opposed by the public and soon scrapped. The minister didn't last long either.
Oh dear. Although clearly that would have been an untenable situation.
The public at large are a force to be reckoned with.
Don't I know it?
He has to deal with them all the time. How about you, Inspector? What new tax would you impose?
Fish and chips. At least I never thought it was a tax on objections.
Sorry?
Been here far too many of them recently in court. There's a particular lawyer I have in mind as it happens. So I think an objection tax would be very handy.
Oh my god.
Good to see you don't allow your personal views to influence your work in public office.
Oh, the sarcasm.
I reckon 5 pence for every objection raised would be right about right. Indeed. The most amusing proposal, Gregson.
Don't.
A most unamusing proposal, my lord.
I wonder if all that was true. Like, it had to have been.
Maybe. Well then, I think it's your turn now. Sorry, my turn for what?
Why, what else? To locate my missing copy of The Lion's Pride.
Oh, well,
it's on one of the shelves in this room. Of that I am certain. Now I shall give you 10 minutes. 10? What? And let's stick your student stipend on it, hmm?
Oh.
Fail to find the book and you forfeit next month's payment.
Objection!
5 pence added.
Your time starts now. Oh, and one more thing. I believe you just said the word objection.
Huh?
Come and leave your 5 pence over there before you begin combing the shelves.
Oh my god.
This tax is going to be the death of me.
Jesus Christ.
You know, Gregson's like, what you mean he gets 10? I only got 5 minutes. How could
Get
you
Sherlock
do
in there. He'll find the book.
And meanwhile, like, Suso's
He'll
in the
just
corner.
look for the freshest prints.
I just can imagine that afterwards, like, Suso and Strongheart in the corner, and he's like, psh,
By the way,
the book's under my chair. Don't tell them. Don't worry, I'll pay them.
He just
but this
likes
is my
watching them
entertainment for the day.
squirm. God.
But now we have episode 4, and Holmes is sweet.
Hell yeah.
This fourth escapade unfolds one morning on Baker Street when Iris has prepared breakfast for everyone as usual. But Ryunosuke wakes to find an envelope under his door containing a death threat.
What?
Who on earth could have put it there? And why?
A death threat?
You've done something wild, Naruhodo.
What?
What have you done?
Oh my god. He ate the last piece of pheasant. Sherlock's threatening to kill him. Good morning, Iris. Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Hi, morning, Susie. I'll get breakfast on the table for us all.
Mr. Holmes? Morning.
come now. Why the long face?
Oh, sorry. The thing is, I just had a rather strange envelope posted under my door this morning. Some rather strange things inside.
What strange things? Oh, what is it, Ryu? Do I catch the scent of mystery in the air?
Nothing so exciting, I'm afraid, Iris. It was just 5 orange pips. Can't imagine what would possibly...
What? Orange pips, Mr. Naruto? And 5 of them?
What's the matter with you? It's a bit of an overreaction, isn't it?
An overreaction? Mr. Naruto, you don't understand. It's a warning, a notice of imminent danger to your life.
What? To my life? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Holmes?
My dear fellow, why do you make such an inquiry of me?
Because the name of the sender was written on the envelope, and it was yours.
Oh. You're right, Ryu. It says, sent by Holmes, Envoy of Hell.
Oh, someone at employee has been exposed. Well, so be it. Cast your mind back, if you will, Mr. Naruto, to the time of your dining last night.
Oh, yes.
Is it gonna
Miss Suso cooked Japanese food for us.
Is it going to turn out the way my business he's going to take?
Indeed.
Did he take some food from it?
In particular, you may recall the final norimaki sushi roll that I was about to savor. That is, before you swooped in with your cackling chopsticks and filched it from my nose.
I assume because you left it that you didn't
I was
want
kidding. I was kidding.
I left it, my dear fellow, because I had planned to enjoy it as my very last mouthful. Surely you must have noted my intent to the subtle dilation of my right pupil.
Perhaps a clearer sign would have been helpful next time. Just an idea.
In summary, the post you received earlier is a notice of impending revenge. You should be quaking in your boots.
That's terrifying coming from him.
Really? Because I went straight out into the garden and planted them. And hopefully we may grow some exotic fruit.
There's no point in sending a notice of impending revenge if the person you send it to doesn't know what it is. Well, I knew, of course, because I've read this book. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. On sale now in all major London bookshops and receiving reviews.
Yes, of course. It's finally been published, hasn't it? I heard it's selling very well.
It is! 12 short stories in one volume! I've spent a lifetime spending money already!
It has further boasted my name. In fact, only the other day, a Bohemian king sought to engage my services. Really? That's extraordinary. Of course, the gentleman persisted with some pretense about being a fishmonger of the duration. Ah. Only a fool would presume to be able to deceive my eyes with such a charade. How'd you know that he was the king then? Why, there's no mystery, my dear fellow. A distinct smell of fish coming to the man's noted apparel. And though he tried to hide, the left side of his mustache quivered in a quite manifest manner.
Oh, Mr. Holmes! That's simply brilliant!
I think it was Gregson. I think Gregson came to talk to you. That was not the case for the man. I was sent a quaint fresh card as a mark of his appreciation. I think perhaps you shouldn't discount the possibility that he actually was a fishmonger.
Oh my god. Is that... Can anyone not smell burning?
Yes, you're right. And look, smoke. I think maybe... Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone! Really? A fire? No, sorry for once. Everyone out of the building. No,
he's
wait,
like, I'll shadow box.
I have to go back to my room
I will
first.
fight the fire.
Are you deranged? If you're not asphyxiated by the smoke, the flames will burn you to death.
God.
But my Daruma doll, I can't let my Daruma burn. It means too much. Trat, sorry, but I'm going to make a dash for it upstairs.
Ryu, you're so funny.
This is not time for jokes, Iris. Go, quickly, get out of here.
There is no fire. Is there, Holmesy?
Huh?
What a delight to see that ploy enacted in the flesh. I wouldn't have dared to dream I should be so lucky.
But, Miss Susanoo? Indeed, it was a ploy. A devilment and engineered in my puckish spirit. That was all a trick? But why?
Revenge.
It's a simple experiment of the mind, Mr. Naruto. And his life is threatened. That fellow is compelled instinctively to protect that property to which he attaches matching importance.
Oh my god. And after your own life, Ryu, the most important thing to you seems to be your Daruma doll.
Let's not dwell on that, shall we, Iris? So you knew all along, Miss Susanoo, that it was a trick?
Yes, of course. The very ploy is described in this book. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. On sale now in all major London bookshops and receiving rave reviews.
Well, who are you saying that to? I don't need the books. They're here for me to read. Not again.
On sale now for 2 payments of $9.99.
I've used the device quite satisfactorily in the past to solve a case.
Oh yes, it was a great success, wasn't it? But then it became something of a habit, didn't it? You started yelling fire at every crime scene. In the end, people start to pay no attention to you at all.
Yes, that's true.
Oh my god.
There was a time when I was known as the Holmes who cried wolf. I think there's a lesson to be learned in there somewhere. Sadly, my little employee failed to yield results this time. I was utterly unmoved.
What do you mean?
Well, I was anticipating that Iris would immediately expose her secret hiding place. The location of the nest egg she must have cached somewhere in this room.
Nest egg? You think Iris has some secret savings?
Oh, I know it. Why, naturally. The book is selling like hotcakes, after all. It's a simple deduction indeed to conclude that the profits must be concealed here within these walls.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, are you in need of money? I bet I know what it is. It's that new microscope that's gone on sale, isn't it, Holmesy?
Well, what else? I have such a strong desire to own one, yet my purse is £1 too light.
£1?
No, and as often alone has been forthcoming, I've been forced to resort to an alternative strategy.
Sorry, Holmesy, but I'm not falling for that. Not coming from the Holmes who cried wolf.
How vexing. You really shouldn't be trying to steal a 10-year-old's savings, you know.
Oh my god.
It's my daughter.
My book is full of little tricks like that, you see. The armory of the great detective.
Except that in this case, both are orange pips and the fake fire that fell a little flat, didn't they? Oh, I have plenty more tricks up my sleeve. Take, for example, the case of the Boscom Valley Mystery. I'm already filled with dread just from the title. It is a tale of extraordinary skill on the part of the great detective. the skill of tracking. Tracking?
Okay.
Whenever I arrived at the scene of the crime in the eponymous valley,
Wow, that big word.
there were footprints everywhere. But my eye was immediately drawn to one set in particular.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, your detective instincts are truly remarkable.
As you know, my dear madam, no detail, no matter how small, escapes the scrutiny of these eyes. So I tracked my quarry, following the trail of his footprints, all the way to the man's place of residence. Led you directly to the culprit's house? What a triumph. You must understand. It led me directly to my own house, my dear fellow.
You were following your own footprints.
Huh? But the footprints were, in the final analysis, those made by my own shoe.
Perhaps he had left here for Boscom Valley as soon as he received a telegram about the case, you see. And then he followed his own trail straight back here to Baker Street.
Huh. Right. Now, I was pleased to make it sound almost humdrum, but I assure you it is no easy feat. Tracking of this nature is a skill possessed by only the great Sherlock Holmes. You're right, it really is extraordinary. Quite so, extraordinary is the word. That'd be the last on the subject. I would like to forget about that, but anyways, needless to say, I subsequently went on to solve the case of various other deductions. Yes, it's the various other deductions that I'm interested in.
Oh, God.
Well, you shall have to read the book then. Shires has penned it with a usual flourish.
Oh, absolutely! I put ingenious spin on the great detective's exploits.
Must have been very ingenious to make this man sound even remotely credible as a detective.
Wait, is that... Does this smell like something's burning again?
I've had enough government for one day, Mr. Holmes, but your puckish spirit in bed. I assure you, this has nothing to do with me or my spirit. What?
Oh no, the smoke is getting thicker.
You mean it's not a trick this time? There really is a... Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone!
Ah!
Miss Susanoo, where are you going? Stand aside, Mr. Nahodo. Easy, Mr. Holmes. What are you...
He's gonna fight it.
Mr. Holmes, why did you just chuck that bust of Napoleon on the floor? Oh, look at that. And amongst all the broken porcelain. Coins. Sovereigns, in fact. Worth a whole pound each. Come, everyone. You must leave at once. Evacuate the building.
You fell forward, Holmesy. Hook, line, and sinker. Was she looking for his savings?
Wait, you mean Iris?
I certainly wouldn't have guessed that's where you'd hidden it.
Do you mean to say that this smoke was...
Well, Pocket Spirit needs to come out and play sometimes too, you know.
What? Of course I know what it is, Iris. It's that indoor herb garden that it was when I was last week, isn't it? That's what you're after.
I want one so desperately, but I'm £4 short. Even though you told me you didn't have any money to spare before. I knew you had a secret nest egg somewhere in this room.
Ugh, you've outwitted me again. You really shouldn't let yourself be outwitted by a 10-year-old child, you know.
So, thank you for the loan, Holmesy. Oh, but wait.
What's the matter?
Where's Susie? She disappeared.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She ran out off the stairs before, didn't she? Everyone's out of breath today.
She went to go grab something. Oh! What are you all still doing in here? We have to evacuate. It won't be long before the fire is... Sorry, Susie. Children get up to mischief once in a while, you know, but it's all perfectly harmless.
Harmless maybe, but oh so devious.
Oh my god.
You all are fantastic. Oh
it's
my
funny
God.
when we talked to, like when we first met them and they talked about the Napoleon bust.
Yeah.
Iris would say that whenever Holmes was in a good mood, he would just grab that and smash it on the floor.
True.
So maybe he just wanted to just
I've got the money.
Yeah, just splurge. Oh well, at least nobody was hurt.
Apart from Napoleon and my secret hoard. Now, tell us, Miss Susanoo, what is that you went so fleet-footedly to fetch?
Sorry? Oh, no, nothing. This is nothing. Seriously, that's... That's your notebook detailing all of Ryu's trials, isn't it? It's bulging at the seams.
What?
Aww.
Ah, testament to the various people you've helped over the past months. Why?
That's so sweet. Well, I am your judicial assistant after all.
You also have 1,000 euros in here. What the hell?
I would do anything to ensure the safety of these records. Even risk my life if necessary. I mean, it's very important to me. It's like a diary of everything we've achieved together.
I'm getting all teary-eyed now. Yes, the stock officer was certain someone who would have fetched this diamond, all I must say. Ah.
He's like, wow, that makes you look bad.
Holy moly.
He's like, you selfish. Oh, man.
Another one down. Which means we're going to continue on episode 5 and episode 6 next time.
Oh, I love these.
These are amazing.
It's nice not to have to use our brains.
No, the game pretty much plays itself.
It's great. I love this.
It truly is. It's fantastic.